Hi guys, welcome back to On the Phone with John. And today I'm going to be talking to you about this push plow. Here's the blade on it. Has a big blade so you can plow on the rows, and a big wheel. If you look right here, the handles are brand new, and my dad actually just replaced them yesterday because they were rotted out. This was just from a family member, and Dad got it, and we fixed it. Now we're using it to push plow, and I'm actually plowing between corn. Right here is not usually corn, it's sweet corn, actually. Grits corn.
Grits corn, yep.
It's grits corn right here. It's just starting to come up. And
now what do we use this corn for? We just don't eat it off of the cob. What do we do with it?
Yeah, you'll get it and you'll dry it out, but you'll get it. And you know, like grits, it's called grits corn because you grind it up and then make grits out of it.
And
you can make cornmeal out of it, and you make cornbread out of this. So, if you didn't know, it's really cool. Corn is actually made with grits and cornmeal.
Yep. How many rows of this do we have out here?
8 rows.
8 long rows. So, John, what do you think in using this antique push plow or hand plow or whatever you want to call it in comparison to using the Troy-built motorized gas-powered tiller? What do you like the best?
Well, Troy-built tiller wasn't the best. A different tiller would be better, but I probably like this better. Now, if I had a different tiller that worked better than that one, I would choose the tiller. But this one is better than that one.
So not too bad for going back to the simple way of life.
Yeah. And
good old-fashioned hard work, right?
It's not hard work.
It what? Okay, well, even better.
Hard work is pulling weeds.
Pulling weeds. So tell them about what we usually do out here.
Well, what we normally do is when it gets overgrown, we'll all be out here pulling weeds. Every single row, we'll pull every single weed out of this garden. And we even have a bigger garden over there, not as long.
Yep.
But a bigger garden over
there. Well, that'll be for our next video, right? Another video. We'll show them what we got planted over there. But you're right. We typically pull weeds by hand. You and your brothers and sisters and me and Dad.
We'll still have to do that because this can't go in between there.
That's right. And we pull the weeds and do this naturally because why?
So the corn weeds will come up, and you don't want the weeds to get overgrown around the corn, and it'll take it over and kill it.
Right. But we also try to be organic as much as we can.
Yes, we are organic. We don't put no bad stuff on there. All organic, natural stuff that we put on our plants.
Right. So you showed them in a previous video the wood chipper.
Yes.
And so we will compost that and we'll put that out here.
Yeah.
But in previous years, what have y'all usually put out here on the garden for fertilizing it, since we don't use store-bought chemicals?
Well, if you haven't heard of it, it sounds weird, but actually we use horse manure. Before we plant, we'll spread it out on here, and we'll leave it there, and then we'll go and harrow it into the soil. We've done that for years and years and years. But when we do that, we'll put the compost down, and then we'll put some organic lime it's, I don't know really how to explain it, but it's kind of like fertilizer, but it's not. Put lime over here, lime, and then we'll harrow it in with the horse manure, and it works good. But the weeds like that horse manure. That's the bad thing. Using that horse manure, it just draws in more weeds and more weeds and more weeds.
Yep.
And more weeds. Before I close the video, I just want to say, here in the background, that's some chickens we have out there. Some black sixlings.
So they should join us again
Yes.
to like and subscribe so they can see all of these fun videos of On the Farm with John, right?
Alright, see you in the next video. Have a good day.